So with points from every rally so far this season, Burns is our leader. But a win for anyone in that chasing pack, and he could be vulnerable. And it was a good start for Robbie's pick as well, because Gronholm took the first of the 2 runs through last night's super special stage down the road in Carlos Paz. But it was Richard Burns who took the second. And here's how the rest of the weekend pans out in Argentina. 3 days based around the single service park in La Cumbre, some 600 miles to the northwest of the capital, Buenos Aires. And today is the big one, because they'll get through almost half the rally's total distance. That's 100 miles of high-speed racing.
In New Zealand, Richard Burns suffered by being first on the road. He had to clean the stages of gravel, and it cost him the chance to beat Marcus Grönholm. That's not such a problem here, where the road is harder and more sandy than gravelly. This is Burns' 95th World Rally and one of his best. Firsts and seconds litter his form book in South America. As Argentine stages go, this one is tight and twisty. It's all about precision driving, especially when there are rocks bigger than the cars jutting out into the road.
Slow K-right tightens and K-right minus long. 50. Flat left, so flat left 70, easy left in, tightens maybe long. 50, slow K-right cut, tightens. 30, fast left plus in. 120. Flat right minus to flat right minus long. 60, fast left plus over crest in and fast left tightens. 50, easy left. 300. Slight left 50. Slight left long to crest 100.
Burns' time is the benchmark for the rest. Just under a mile a minute, but is it enough to keep Grönholm at bay? Cocky so-and-so, a wink from the world champion shows he's not bothered by much, especially Burns. In a rooster tail of red dust, he's off and running. I asked him this morning if he feels sorry for Richard not being able to beat him since coming to Peugeot. His answer, stupid question. Marcus is still paying the price for not scoring in Monte Carlo and Turkey, and even if Burns is second for the next 2 rallies and Marcus wins them both, he still won't lead the championship, and that drives him mad.
Nyppy vaseri helppo. 5 vaseri miinus 4, oikein hidas. 4, nyppy vasen eri. 100. Oikein ehkä pyöree. 5 ja vasen nopee yli nypyn. 5 ja vaseri helppo sisältä. 350.
9 o'clock and the sun is peaking above the Andean foothills. It's going to be a problem for the cars behind, but not for Grönholm. He sticks in Burns' wheel tracks, hoping for a bit more grip, and gets it and sinks Burns by 6 seconds. Up to the line, confident Colin McRae talking today of a win. But for a second rally in a row, the man they nicknamed Coco fouls up his start and bunny hops over the line. That'll have cost him at least 3, maybe 5 seconds and a whole lot of rhythm. In football terms, he's just scored an own goal.
And finally,
Colin grabs the Citroen like an Argentine cowboy, grabs a bull by the horns and heads off after the Peugeots, firing directions at McRae, his fellow Scot, Derek Ringer. They fight to make up lost time, but it's an uphill struggle and they lose 11 seconds to end up 8th overall. So close Marco Martin came to matching Grönholm in New Zealand, and it was first time out for the new Focus. Not surprisingly, he's exploding with confidence here. Ford have tweaked the new car to make it more reliable, but at the same time a new paint job weighs a massive 10 kilos, not really the way to make a car go faster. What's more, Marco's struggling for grip and the car's sliding more than the Peugeots, and that's going to cost him, but how much? 3 seconds to Grönholm. Martin's now 5th overall. Sporting a new beard and hoping it'll harden his resolve as well as his image, Petter Solberg. Now, if anoraks and bobble hats are your thing, then you'll be interested to know that Subaru have got new suspension here. That's only exciting if it makes the car go faster, and it does.
180. Small bump, 215. bump into half 4 right plus tightens. And keep right of a crest and half 2 left minus. 150. Line into 4, left minus half, long tightens 2 minus, keep in. 30. Late hairpin right tightens. Opens to crest.
On the stage, he's third fastest and now second overall, just 5.7 seconds, a mere whisker behind Grunholm, who has not a hair on his chinny chin chin.
So hold on to your seats and watch with us as Virtual Spectator shows us the stage that could separate the men from the boys. Bags of water on here, the biggest jump of the lot. And if that isn't enough, this is a piece of road that the drivers haven't used in recent years. First up for us to look at, Richard Burns over that jump.
Yeah, he's in 4th overall, John, 12.3 behind Grunholm, and he landed that well.
And as well as trying to keep his car on the road nice and straight, he's got the problem of not letting Marcus Grönholm get too far away.
Yeah, but remember as well, Richard's running first car on the road, and there is that little bit of element of the road cleaning. Through the water splash, nice and clean. Now remember it from the recce. Oh, nice splash through there. He's going to empty that out for the guys coming behind him.
Here's our rally leader, Robbie, and stretching his lead over Richard Burns.
Yeah, it's a real quick section. This is a build up to that big jump. You can see he's in 4th gear, sideways, up to 5th gear. There's the launch pad. Whoa!
Feel your stomach?
That was a big leap from Marcus Grönholm. It seemed to kick the car up on the left-hand side. Let's have a look at it again. Yep, you can see the way it lands. The right-hand side of the car lands first, but it settles it down. That Peugeot suspension's working well.
Marco Martin coming up to this stage with plenty of hope. A lot riding on him. Let's see what he does with this enormous lift.
Yeah, Marco Martin 16.4 seconds behind the leader in 6th place. Whoa, massive jump there from Marco Martin. It's obviously knocked his helmet down. Let's take a look at it again, and that's compared to Carlos Sainz.
That's huge air.
Yeah, I mean, he's about 15 feet in the air there.
So let's go back to Virtual Spectator, and this time let it show us just who is king over these jumps.
Marco Martin's got a slight advantage over the pack, and you can see the lead up to that jump. He's in the air, and that's 10 kilometers an hour faster, which is just over 6 miles an hour. But it's gained him a good advantage, and that's how to fly a Focus.
We've got plenty more of these to come this weekend. Marco Martin's the man to match.
Yeah, big commitment.
So did Colin McRae, running 9th overall at the moment. We expected more from him today, didn't we?
Yeah, I think Colin will be disappointed. He's 29 seconds behind the leader. Let's again take a ride with him through stage 5. He's got a broken windscreen, but it probably isn't costing him much time. Down into this water splash. Full commitment there. You can see how it affects the car, John, the aquaplaning.
Into 4 left plus, tightens over crest, and the long right tightens to slow 4, and left tightens to 5 plus, 100, 4 left minus, tightens don't cut, and 3 right over crest, and slow 3 right, and slow 3 left, and 6 crest, and right tightens to 4, opens 7.
Now to Petter Solberg in 2nd place, the guy who's really taken up the chase with Marcus Grönholm today, just 9.4 seconds behind.
Let's have a look at him round this left-hander. Johnny's got it too fast, he's over.
Big time, that is a mess.
The car won't be that bad, it's a light roll, and with the two of them, they could get it back on the wheels. You can see them getting out now, but there doesn't seem to be any spectators. Bad news for Solberg.
Just when you need somebody there to help you.
Even if they get it back onto the wheels, it's going to cost Solberg big time.
Petter, what's happened? I got the braking a little bit wrong into the corner. It was quite loose. Hit the bank and just rolled around, and that's how it is.
Tommy Mäkinen now, and I can never think of Argentina without thinking of him and what happened last year. But he's looking comfortable here, isn't he?
Yeah, 5th place overall and 14.9 behind Marcus Grönholm. He's going well, John.
Ja pirun pitkä vasen täys 8. Ja pirun pitkä vasen täys 8. Pitkä helppo vasen plus vähän kapeana huomio 8 oikee eri. 4. nyppy täys 120. Oikea täys 350. Vasen täys 207.
Let's take a look at his time compared to Gronholm's in the bottom.
That's the mark he's got to beat.
Täys miinus tarkasti ja nyppy.
He's certainly not scared, is he? He's in 6th gear in that section, and that's about 115 miles an hour over that jump. Down to the left-hander. It's good. He's good. Minus 0.2. Fastest.
Stage 6, and after a steady start, it's Carlos Sainz who comes to life, winning the stage, and that moves him into 2nd place. Marco Martin was airborne on stage 5, and on 6 he's at it again. This is what it looks like from inside the car. Listen to the throttle, he doesn't even lift. And just watch the look Marco gets from his co-driver, Michael Park. Petter Solberg's fighting the car after his role on the previous stage. 7th place is the best he can manage.
6 right plus.
So this is how they stand after the first batch of stages. Marcus Gronholm leads. There's a big battle going on for 2nd. Burns and McRae are 5th and 6th.
Elsewhere, Freddie Loix retired with an electrical problem in his engine. Armin Schwartz in the other Hyundai is 10th overall, but he wants to reel in Didier Auriol, who's the best placed Skoda. He's in 9th.
Stages 7 and 8, together 20 miles of classic South American rallying. Winner last year, Carlos Sainz takes the fight to Gronholm for 1st overall by winning stage 7. With the local hero Gabriel Pozzo out of the frame, Sainz is the choice of the local fans. Stage 8, and it was all going so well for Tommy Mäkinen, but he hits major problems. His gearbox is stuck in 2nd gear, and it's so bad that his car grinds to a halt mid-corner, mid-stage.
Gearlocki. Tommy to service, we stopped on the stage, the gearbox is stuck, we can't get any gears in. Not even with the...
Passing the stricken Finn, whose months in rallying could be numbered, is his teammate Petter Solberg. That means Mäkinen's already 2 minutes down. So looking at 3rd place overall is Marco Martin. He's super smooth behind the wheel. He uses less fuel and wears out his tyres less than any of the Ford drivers, but that counts for nothing when the gremlins strike, bashing his gear shift. Martin fights 2 with a dodgy gearbox. He's only got gears 1 to 3 to choose from.
And 6 right, 50, 4 plus right, 20, 3 left, 20, 3 right, 6 minus left, 100, junction, 4 left long, tightness to 3 plus, over crest, and 3 minus left. 100, 3 right, 3 left over crest, bump inside. Clear stage, we have problem with the gearbox.
Back with Tommy Mäkinen, and he gets the Subaru going again, but it's running no better. He limps from the stage, 7 minutes lost, and this crucial rally out of the window. Harry Rovanperä, the quiet man of Finnish rallying, desperate to make a spectacle of himself here after a season where he's failed to make it past the 2nd day on any rally. But it's hard for Harry. 3's a crowd, and he's the 3rd of Peugeot's big men. But he puts Burns, Gronholm, everyone in fact, in the shade by taking stage 8 convincingly. And that's good news for Peugeot, who haven't won here since 1985. That stage win gives Harry 5th place and puts 3 Peugeots in the top 5.
Ja huomio, lopussa pitkä vasen nopea. 100. Hanni tuli oikein nopea plus sumppu sisältä. Vasen täys 6. Pitkä oikein hidas serpo. 7. Vasen täys 2, oikein eri miinus sisältä. pitkä vasen eri sisältä. Oikea täys ja huomio 5, nyt K2 ja pitkä vasen nopea.
Stage 9, the one a lot of us have been looking forward to, the longest one of the day. And here's Richard Burns, Robbie, with 43 seconds to make up.
That's right, John. He's in 4th overall, 43 seconds behind Grönholm, and more importantly, Harry Rovanperä only 3.2 seconds behind him.
And again, it's his teammate that he's got to make that time up on. Here he is, Marcus Grönholm, but you've got to go back to stage 4 for the last stage that Grönholm won.
Yeah, but he's rally leader, John. He's still pushing up. Oh, big impact on that bank.
And he's facing the wrong way.
Yeah, he just nipped a handbrake, but he slid wide and clobbered something really hard.
Second rally in succession that he's gone wrong.
There's the rock there that he hit. That's a monster.
Now, this time he looks worried.
It's spun the car completely round. He's had to go up the road, handbrake turn it. It's going to be serious damage.
We can't see how the damage... No, we can now.
And that's Sebastian Loeb behind him, so that looks like a massive time drop of almost 2 minutes.
And the guy who's really going to benefit from that is Carlos Sainz. But will the news of Grönholm's problem have reached Carlos?
Certainly not. I mean, he's in 2nd place, 19.6 seconds behind.
And he's in trouble.
Yeah, no, he's just had a bit of a spin, stalled the car, time's ticking, restart. That'll have cost him at least 10 seconds. Marco Martin up next.
But he spent the day, you know, quietly creeping up the leaderboard, getting faster and faster.
Easy right.
But we know in stage 8 he had gearbox problems, John. Let's have a listen to the engine.
4 plus right over crest.
No, he's definitely stuck in a gear. I would imagine it's about 3rd gear and he's on the rev limiter there. That's costing him time.
40 plus right here. 70, 4 plus left. 100, 6 minus right, tightens to 3 plus long.
Another driver that this stage has given problems to. Talking of problems, what is going through Tommy Mackinnon's mind? He's dropped lots of time.
Yeah, but John, where's Colin McRae? We haven't seen anything of him. We know Mackinnon's got these problems from stage 8. He's jammed in 2nd gear. That's a maximum speed of about 60 miles an hour. Listen to the car hitting the rev limiter. But what's going on here?
Okay, well, let's see. You're not telling me that is McRae.
That looks like a Zara to me, and it's a complete bonfire. I'm sure Colin and Derek are out of there.
Well, okay, Armin Schwartz is going to be the next one through. Maybe we get a look here.
Let's have a look at his onboards.
Jeepers. And
Well,
that's a moving bonfire.
There's no way anybody's in that car, but it's costing Armin time, but that's McRae completely out this event.
But he gets by.
So after all that excitement, Carlos Sainz leads by just over half a minute from Harry Rovanperä. Sebastian Loeb is up to 3rd, ahead of Richard Burns and Marco Martin, but just 6 seconds separate 2nd place from 5th. And after hitting that rock, Marcus Grönholm is now down in 6th.
So let's check our points places this evening. Sainz the leader, Martin and Burns making up the podium places, Rovanperä in 4th, Loeb in 5th, Grönholm down in 6th, ahead of Duval and Solberg. And this is where Burnsy has got to try and make the world champion eat those words. 96 miles in all today, starting to the north of the La Combre service area, taking in 3 stages near Carlos Paz, and then it's back up for a 2nd dose of that northern loop. But swarms of spectators have already made an early start, and the organisers decide there are too many of them for it to be safe. So both the cars and the fans have to make their way to stage 15.
The fans are not the only ones making the noise. The drivers are now keen to make up for lost time.
Okay, Armin Schwartz in Hyundai.
Yeah, Armin's almost committed. Yeah, good jump through there. Fully sideways round that corner. Looked great.
Petter Solberg's having a bad rally.
Yeah, Petter's always committed. Yeah, nice jump through there. Sets it up sideways. Didn't look as quick as the Armin Schwartz through there.
But looks are deceptive by the splits. Solberg is fast. His target, Francois Duval, 7th place.
Long opens 150. Keep left of a long crest into slow, 3 right tightens narrow. 50.
It's first time in Argentina for Francois Duval, known to his mechanics as Frankie Duvet.
Francois Duval, he looked good through there. Big sideways round there. Nice line. Kicked up lots of dust.
5 seconds, Duval's cushion to Solberg before this stage. Can he hold off the Norwegian? No, he's already slower. In Turkey, Duval was third, but he's not got the pace here. He loses 10 seconds to Solberg and drops to 8th. Marcus Grönholm needs every stage mile he can get to close his minute gap to the leaders. Hot stuff, baby. Grönholm's fastest so far, almost 8 seconds quicker than Solberg. But all that speed and for now. Behind the fin, the fans spill once again onto the stage and it has to be stopped. The top 5 drivers who didn't run are all given Grönholm's time.
Stage 16, 14 miles of all the best elements of the Rally of Argentina. It's quick at the beginning, hits a rough and twisty section in the middle, but with plenty more speed and lots of water to come at the end. And one man that you can rely on to set you a good benchmark to chase is Marcus Grönholm, despite his position in this rally.
Yeah, Johnny's in 6th place, but you could really see how much the car decelerates when it hits that water. Marcus is chasing down Sebastian Loeb for that 5th place. He's 13.8 seconds behind him, and he's pushing really hard in here. That's a second a mile that he has to take out of Loeb to get that 5th place.
But you know, Robbie, I think he's got his eyes on 4th, he's got his eyes on 3rd. He's not going to limit himself, is he?
No, he's only 25 seconds off that pack of 3rd place. And did you just see that dog in the left-hand side? He had a lucky escape.
To Sebastian Loeb, and he needs to make up for what was a bad finish to yesterday.
Yeah, he was a bit off the pace in the last few stages, but he's had a fantastic rally. I mean, the guy's never competed here before, and it's Citroen's first time as well. But look at the time in the bottom right-hand corner. It's not looking good for Loeb to hang on to that 5th place.
It's a big gap.
No, Marcus has got it.
Now that's the place to watch rallying, but a guy fighting that scenery is Harry Rovanperä.
Yeah, an extremely important rally for Harry Rovanperä. Remember, he crashed in the previous 2 events, so he's looking for a solid finish. Look at the time in the bottom right-hand corner. Marcus Grönholm's going to get him as well at this rate.
Again, that just shows the difference, big difference, between him and Marcus Grönholm. But he hangs on to 4th place, which is important. And it's important for this guy, Richard Burns, that he gets as much road as he can, because he needs it all to hunt down Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, Richard's in 3rd at the moment, but he's going to have his eye in the mirror for Marcus Grönholm, who's pushing really hard this morning. Marcus is only 25 seconds behind that 3rd place at Burns, remember.
Well, the clock is up. Is that good?
Looking for the yellow board first, and then the flying finish, which is the red board.
Not close enough.
Plus 1.9, he'll settle for that.
Now here comes Flight Lieutenant Marco Martin. Any big jumps in this stage you can tell us about?
Well, there looks to be a few there. Marco's been driving fantastically. Let's just look at him on board here.
Jump, 70, jump, 100, braking crest, 30, junction 3 minus left, 50, 3 right long, 3 plus left, long, 50, 3 minus left, 3 minus right, 40, 3 plus left, bad camber, 4 slower than Carlos, 40, 5 plus right, 50, easy left, 70, 6 right, 80, 6 left, 300, 6 minus left, don't cut, 50, braking crest and 3 right, 30, 6 minus right,
Even from looking at this, you know, it looks as if he is faster than a lot of them, am I right?
You can see that last jump just tipped the right-hand side of the car up. Beefy's co-driver's in for a good ride through that stage.
We pointed out earlier, you know, that Sebastian Loeb is here for the first time, but Marco Martin's here for just the second, and he's doing well.
Yeah, and it's Ford's first time here with the Focus, and remember, that's a new car. They had a couple of reliability problems yesterday. Let's have a look at his time. Through that water splash, really struggling, aquaplaning through there. See, had to wind on a lot of right-hand lock.
Taking too much time.
Plus 3.4.
Not as fast as we said he looked.
Stage clear for Marco.
So on to the man to come through this stage last, Carlos Sainz, who has led this rally since stage 9 yesterday, Robbie.
That's right, the incident when Marcus Grönholm hit that rock enabled Carlos to capitalise on that, but he's been driving superbly well, and he's set fastest times since then, and he's hanging on to that lead, and he's not looking like he's wanting to give it up.
And we've said it before, that this was a guy who was almost out of rallying at the beginning of this year, couldn't get a drive.
That's right, but he's already won one rally this year so far in Turkey, and it's looking good for this second win.
So the leaderboard, after our first competitive stage of the day, shows the gap between Sainz and Martin to be 27 seconds. So look at that, Grönholm up to 5th, Loeb down to 6th.
The rally is now running over an hour behind schedule, but stages 17 and 18 go ahead without problems, and Marcus Grönholm wins both of them to climb up to 4th overall. Carlos Sainz extends his lead over Marco Martin to 28.8 seconds. And Sebastian Loeb overhauls Harry Rofenperra to go 5th overall.
Gauche 120 moins, et attention, gauche 90 plus long. Gauche 120 moins, et attention, gauche 90 plus long. Et droiti sur gauche 120 plus pas corde. Droiti sur gauche 120 plus pas corde. Sur droite à fond long. Droite à fond long sur gauche à fond et gauche-ci. Gauche à fond et gauche-ci sur attention, droite 157, 40, 120 moins. Droite 150, 120 moins sur gauche à fond. Gauche droite à fond. Gauche droite à fond, 100 mètres, gauche 140 bon long tard. 100 mètres long tard. Et droite 140 long deux fois. Droite 140 long deux fois sur ciel pour gauche à fond. Sur ciel pour gauche à fond, 250 mètres. De droite 138 plus corde légère. Droite 138 plus corde légère. Sur gauche à fond, ouvre à fond très long. Gauche à fond, ouvre à fond très long, 130 mètres. Gauche 140 très long. Gauche 140 très long, sur droite 140. Ok. Gauche 140 très long, sur droite 140. Droite 140. Droite ferme 150 très long. Droite ferme 150 très long.
9th overall, Armin Schwartz is running well in his Hyundai, but has a scare when a spectator throws a rock at his car. Watch the windscreen.
Stage 19, this one a sprint in comparison to some of the stages we've seen today. And Marcus Grönholm, with 2 stage wins behind him, Robbie, his confidence is growing now and his courage is here to attack.
Yeah, look at his commitment through these corners, John. He's really on it. 5th gear, flat out down through this section. Just gone fastest in the previous stage. He's closing the gap to Richard Burns. He took 5.2 seconds from him in 18. He's down to 8.7 behind, so he's really hunting him down.
Yeah, and in my book, that is making a point. And how?
Big sideways there. It's a really quick section of road, one of the fastest bits in the whole rally. Oh, look at the commitment through there. Unbelievable. Down through this water splash, wipers on. Doesn't lift off through there.
Vasen täystä 2 ja nyppy 7, hae vasen pitkä eri, ehkä jouhee. Ja nyppy täys. 150. Ja
it's not even good time to put those wipers off again.
Toista nyppy vasen eri sisältä. 250.
5th gear, fulls. Oh, look at that. He is fully committed.
Speed personified. And he knows if he keeps up at this, he's got to win in this rally.
He's got a chance. I mean, he's keeping the pressure on. He's been the fastest Peugeot all day. He's really putting Richard Burns to shame on this event.
On the rally, remember, where Richard Burns at the beginning said, I really want to win this one, and it's rare for him to come out and actually admit to that desire.
That's right, let's listen to Robert Reid on these notes.
Flat right minus over long crest camber 80, flat right to flat right plus over crest long to flat right.
Not quite as quick as Grunholm through that corner.
Now there's the clock, let's see if he's managed to do it.
Crest 80.
Looking for this stage end. Come on, Burnsy.
To very long crest 150.
It's so quick along there. It's about 120 miles an hour. Yellow board. It's going to be close. Just plus 0.3. Grunholm quickest.
Shades it again. Another psychological blow to Marcus Grunholm. Marco Martin in this Ford Focus. You like it. Is it reliable enough to get him a win?
John, this car's been performing extremely well. Marco's been on it all weekend. Oh, that guy's trying hard.
100 flat left. 150 jump maybe.
And now to Carlos Sainz, a 28-second gap that he has at the lead of this rally. Is it enough, is the question.
John, it's going to be close. Marcus Grunholm and the other three guys are hunting him down, but he's been setting top 4 times in the previous 3 stages, and he realises that there's a possibility of another win in this event.
This looks fast.
Yeah,
this looks fastest of the lot.
Not quite as committed as Grunholm through there. Mark Marty reading the notes. It's going to be close. Oh, yeah, he does it. Minus 0.2.
So after all that confusion at Citroën, it's Marco Martin who leads the rally. Carlos Sainz drops to 4th, but he's just 2 seconds behind Marcus Grunholm in 3rd place, and 2nd at the moment, 17 seconds behind Marco Martin. It's Richard Burns with just a minute covering the top 6.
And look at this, you'll notice now that Marcus Grunholm is above Richard Burns. He won that stage, Robbie, by 6.3 seconds. Burns now drops to 4th, and Sebastian Loeb, you'll also notice, is not on there because he had an off on stage 20. And this is how the revised final day looks. Things kick off with what should have been yesterday's final 2 stages. All 5 are reruns, so the lines will be clean, if a little rough. Watch out for the final stage. It's the longest of the rally, and the way things have been going, anything could happen.
So this is a 5-way fight for the lead. The top 4 drivers and Mother Nature. Richard Burns knows that so much as a blink could cost him, indeed any of them, a place or even the rally. And this is where these guys make every penny of their many millions of pounds. Perfection, the price they're paid for. Burns' first aim this morning is to overtake Mr. Angry, Carlos Sainz, who's looking for a payback from yesterday's mistake.
Richard Burns is going to be going like crazy. He's 3.5 seconds behind Carlos Sainz in 3rd. You see all the spark underneath the car? He's really going for it.
Burns' tactic this year has been to notch up as many points as possible, but 4th place would leave his championship wide open to attack. He needs 3rd, even 2nd, even 1st.
Long 70. Slow medium left tightens to medium left and opens 50. Flat right 70.
It's the Spanish Armada all over again. Spain against England, Sainz against Burns. At 41 they said Sainz was past it. We regularly called him Mr. Consistent, but Carlos Sainz has come alive in 2003. That win in Turkey has whetted his appetite to gobble up points and more wins.
Por la izquierda vuela más en quinta, la izquierda no cortar y se abre y abrirse 1. Izquierda vuela más corta, abrirse frenando mucho.
But Burns scores a broadside. He's 2 seconds faster than Sainz and is now just half a second behind King Carlos. Marcus Grunholm's more interested in making history than recreating it. His charge yesterday afternoon was a classic. He needs more of that momentum today as he hunts down Marco Martin in the battle of the Baltic states. Head pressed against the roof, foot pressed against the floor. He puts all of his 6 foot 4 inches into his rally.
Nyppy täys. 7. Oikealle, oikein eri tiukka. ja vasen nopea.
5 stages between Marco Martin and his first World Rally win. It might as well be 5 lifetimes. Every second seems like an hour. He was handed the lead on a plate last night, but Martin knows he's not going to be handed the win so easily.
Got no oil pressure.
There's trouble though. Michael Park has spotted a drop in oil pressure. Marco keeps an eye on the road and one on the oil gauge.
100. Super 1 for beef. The engine is broken. The oil pressure light came on. 30 seconds later, it's gone.
Yes, it's here. Oil pressure. You want us to stop, yeah?
How cruel. For the second rally in a row, Martin's robbed of a chance at victory.
Stage, so we are about to see the rally leader, although he doesn't know it. This is Marcus Gronholm, and sparks flying.
Gronholm doesn't believe in luck, but he does now. From third to first, he's gone in 3 stages as the leaders drop like flies.
7 vasen eri kivi sisällä.
And he's fastest on the stage. This is the leaderboard now. Missing, of course, is Marco Martin. Everyone else has moved up a place.
It's going to be really difficult for him. He's in Duval's dust. He can't see anything.
40. Oh, I know. We just have to think about this now. 6 left.
Words of wisdom from Phil Mills.
Left of a crest, slow 20, slippy 4 right minus 5.
So difficult. They're over 100 miles an hour.
Pull over, please.
That sounded like Malcolm Wilson, the 14 boss, telling Duval to pull over. Good news for Solberg.
Which means he can, yeah, here he comes now. He can come past and really get the hammer down.
That's it. Clean air for Petter now.
Line into 6 right of a bad dip. Keep in.
And talking of guys who've got to get the hammer down, Carlos Sainz is one of them, having lost the lead to Marcus Gronholm. And Richard Burns is right behind him now.
That's right. Richard took 2.8 seconds out of Carlos in the previous stage, and it only puts him 0.5 of a second behind. So Carlos is on a mission through here.
Has he forgiven Mark Marty's co-driver for what happened yesterday, do you think?
It seemed like a communication problem, John, so I'm sure they'll get over it.
Now, has any of that benefited Richard Burns, who knows he's got Carlos to track down?
Yeah, he's piling on the pressure on Sainz. He's really got to go for it today.
And flat left in braking 70. Slow medium left over crest.
Right, there's the clock. How much time has he got in hand? Let's look for the end of the stage now.
Half a second behind Sainz, remember.
60. Fast.
Final bit of water up the hill.
Fast over crest. 30. Easy left.
He's trying hard.
Open.
It's not looking good. He's slower.
By a long way.
3.6. Sainz's advantage.
So to the rally leader, Marcus Gronholm, with a 20.2 second gap at the beginning of this stage to Carlos Sainz behind him.
John, Marcus just blitzed him on the previous stage, set a new stage record, and he wants some more of that, doesn't he?
Pitkä nopea kivi sisällä kirraa. 3 vasen hidas. Ja oikein pitkä eri miinus kivi sisällä urassa. 7. Oikein eri tiukka. 5. Vasen eri helppo sisältä. 8. Vasen nopea suppu. 5. Ja oikein eri miinus. 8. Oikein eri miinus. 2. Ja vasen tosi hidas. 4. Oikein eri miinus.
Except that he doesn't get it because Carlos Sainz wins the stage by 1.7 seconds to Marcus Gronholm, and Burns falls further back in the battle for second with Sainz.
Just 3 stages to go. On La Falda, Didier Auriol sets 5th fastest time. After Francois Duval's problems on the previous stages, Auriol is now 7th overall, just ahead of teammate Tony Gardemeister, who's heading for his 4th points finish in a row. Hyundai haven't finished in the points since Armin Schwartz's 8th place in Monte Carlo. The German is on course for 6th here. After the dramas of day 1, Petter Solberg has been very consistent and looks safe in 5th place.
4 right tightens of a water into wet and slippy shot by left and shot by right.
Over a minute ahead of the Norwegian is Harry Rovanperä, but he's been unable to make any impression on the drivers ahead of him. Carlos Sainz extends his advantage over Richard Burns, but only by 0.6 of a second. But once again, it's Marcus Gronholm who wins the stage. Sadly, on the penultimate stage, engine failure was to put Armin Schwartz out of the rally. And once again, Hyundai are without a point to show for all their efforts.
To Richard Burns, who came here wanting that win, remember, but is having to settle for chasing Carlos Sainz.
Yeah, he's in third place at the moment, 4.7 seconds behind Carlos. He's got this stage and one other, John, and he must make it count if he wants that second place.
Right plus in. 30 fast lane and in long. 20 flat right, 60.
He's got to keep working, and round here it's twisty and hard and dry.
Yeah, but the look on his face, John, you can see he's fully concentrated through that section. Everything's being done with urgency. He's just trying to shave tenths of a second off his time.
To easy right, 70 fast right, to fast right minus tightens, maybe 40 medium left minus.
He needs everything to be working, doesn't he, Robbie? And he doesn't sound confident.
And let's see what Carlos Sainz can do. Remember, he's 4.7 seconds in front of Burns at this point.
Let's look for that stage end. Well, he's way past.
He's down.
Burns, he might be disappointed, but he's into second, isn't he?
Yep, he is now. Good news for Richard Burns. 10 seconds.
Well, if Burnsy thinks he's got problems, what's Carlos got?
He's got one more stage to try and do something about it.
And catch this guy, rally leader Marcus Gronholm in this penultimate stage and ahead of Carlos coming into this by 20 seconds.
Yeah, I don't think either Richard or Carlos are going to be able to take the challenge to Marcus. 20 seconds to Gronholm's a lot, John, and unless he has problems with the car, I can't see him losing that lead. The guy only knows one speed, doesn't he? Even with a 20-second lead, he doesn't back off, he just keeps going flat out.
You know, nothing all weekend seems to have put him off at all. Not even when he clobbered that rock, he seemed to have the ultimate belief that he could go on and do well.
Yeah, John, the guy's in the groove at the moment, he's on the pace, and nobody can really take the fight to him.
Swap their tyres around between stages. Skoda are busy testing their new Fabia for its WRC debut later this year, but 94 world champion Didier Auriol brings home the Octavia in 6th place. Subaru pulled Tommy Mäkinen out of the rally this morning because they thought he wasn't going to score any points and because he's just become a dad. Teammate Petter Solberg is left to earn points with 5th place.
Line into 6 left minus, tightens give in. Over crest, 30. 4 right plus half, long tightens. Opens flat of a crest, 40, small jump, 60, flat early 6 left plus, 60, slow short 5 right, keep in into 2 left plus, half long, opens into short 4 right plus, opens 80, early 6 right plus and 6 left, opens.
Rovanperä will be cross he didn't get on the podium, but happy he's finally made it to the end of a rally this year. On board with Burns and Reed.
And medium right plus in. No. Oh,
And that's not normal. 5 miles from home, Burns starts fiddling with his controls.
We've lost power. We've lost power. Long 40, medium right tightens maybe 60. K right plus tightens bang 70. Easy left and easy left plus. Is it on? Yep.
In a split second, the turbo's gone and the Peugeot's no longer a 300 horsepower rally car, it's a 70 horsepower shopping car. In the height of the fight, Burns has had both arms tied behind his back. Carlos Sainz, victim of bad fortune yesterday, he could be on the receiving end of some good luck for a change.
Para izquierda, buena más, se cierra, ras, para uno corto, Cesar.
Fans who've camped out on the Pampas for days lean out gaucho style and cheer on El Matador. He is their man.
Bastante fondo derecha rápida más, 3. Rasante de izquierda rápida, ojo de izquierda poco para 1. Derecha, derecha, rápida, Bogey Ras, salida 3.
Sainz already a lot faster than Burns, but how much faster? Burns loses almost a minute. And for now, Sainz is second.
Let's take a look at Richard Burns' problem with Virtual Spectator. He's running at full speed at this point, just behind Carlos Sainz, but watch at the hairpin, that turbo explodes, and the power produced by the engine only allows him to use second gear. He's dropping time hand over fist.
It's not over yet though. Marcus Grönholm dances left, dances right. His partner in this Peugeot Tango, his brother-in-law, Timo Rautiainen, is also his co-driver. Grönholm still gunning it and Timo tells him to ease off.
Pois
2 days ago he was almost 2 minutes down. Now Marcus Grönholm wins Rally Argentina for the first time in his career and in true style.
Marcus, congratulations. Have you ever had to work so hard for 10 points?
Yes, sometimes, but now it was really a hard fight. When we lost this nearly 2 minutes on the first day, so okay, I am happy we could do it.
That was the drive of your life, wasn't it? To come back from so far down?
Yeah, sometimes yes, we were going quite good, but yeah.
Congratulations on your 15th win.
Yeah, thank you.
And among the first to join in the celebration, the team mechanics. And a big thank you for them, because remember, they were the ones that got Grönholm back into this rally after hitting that rock. Argentina is win number 3 for Marcus this season. There's Sainz confirmed in 2nd place, Burns in 3rd, 3 Peugeots in the top 4 you'll notice, Oriol and Gardemeister scoring points for Skoda in 6th and 7th.
Richard, that must have been such a massive blow on the last stage.
Yep, that's a subtle way of putting it.
So you feel dreadful, but you're still leading the championship if it's any consolation.
No, okay, we got 3rd, but we had a problem from when we left service. We had no anti-turbo lag, so it meant that every time we put a foot on the accelerator, you have to wait half a second before you got power. So I was driving like that, and we were doing not too badly. We were a similar time halfway through that last stage with Carlos, and then boom, no turbo, finished.
Okay, but you're leading the championship, so there is still something good to take away from Argentina.
Yeah, 6 more points, but it would be nice to come out on top of a fight. You know, it was a good fight today with Carlos.
And there's how that championship looks as we leave Argentina. Grönholm now right back on Burns' heels. Sainz now the best of the Citroens, and 4 points for Solberg means he moves up 2 places to join Martin on 13 points. Peugeot extend their lead over Citroën in the Manufacturers' Championship. The gap from Subaru to Ford in 3rd shrinks a little, and Skoda close the gap on Subaru.